Arsenal, the club with the most dedicated fan base in England. But in 2026, there's only one collective goal.
I believe this is now the moment when Arsenal are going to finally show the world what we're really about. I think we are now the best team in Europe, and I think we're going to show it. I think we're going to win the Premier League at a...
The feeling is the same, both from the fans.
Here it is.
¿Cómo estás?
Very good.
Okay. Thank you. Where is Arsenal going to win the Premier League title this season?
Where?
Yeah.
At home in the last game, I think.
We'll win the League Cup, and I think we'll win the league, and I think we'll win the Champions League.
It's gone from hope to obsession and now an addiction. Even the manager is in on it too.
My brain always took me to the place where we are lifting the Premier League. That's what my brain is doing at the moment. So I just follow my brain and my gut, and this is how I feel. And this is as well the way that I want everybody to think, and hopefully we can achieve it.
It's all they can talk about now. This has to be the season for the Gunners. This is why Arsenal has to win the Premier League in 2026. And the most obvious reason is a standout. They've waited long enough. It stems from the fans and everyone at the club. Arsenal and football are inseparable. In 2004, they set a record that no team in the Premier League has ever managed since. But ever since the invincible season of 2004, Arsenal have suffered so many setbacks in their Premier League title chase. A lot of people remember the 2013-14 campaign as Liverpool choking in the title race and giving it to Manchester City. But the truth is that, at the midway point of that season, it was Arsenal that held the advantage. They spent 128 days at the top of the table, and by December, they were heavy in the conversation for the league. But after an injury to key man Aaron Ramsey at the same midway point of the season, coupled with defeats against teams like Stoke City, Everton, and that 6-0 drubbing against Chelsea, Arsenal eventually finished fourth, 7 points off the top. From that point on, Arsenal entered the abyss. Arsene Wenger did an insane job of keeping Arsenal in Champions League football despite having a limited squad and funding, but with each passing season, the conversation around winning the Premier League continued to decrease, and by the time Wenger left, it had fully shifted from Arsenal being title contenders to struggling to qualify for Champions League football. Then Unai Emery came along, but he didn't last. 18 months and an Europa League final later, he was sacked. But it wasn't just how he left, it's the club he left behind. The fall-off had hit a new low. Some of the fans were turning from the club. The football wasn't recognisable anymore. Arsenal needed a saviour, a man who knew the club and knew what it was like to represent Arsenal, so they turned to one of their own.
I think it's the right moment. I think we have all the elements to move forward and to be challenging, and I think we need to be demanding because I think we have the ability. And
Mikel Arteta, Pep Guardiola's former assistant, the former Arsenal captain. As soon as the nostalgia settled, Arteta knew he had a job on his hands. Just before we tell you what that job is though, we've got a quick message. See guys, it takes a lot of effort and time to make these videos for you to watch, and in turn, we're only asking that you support us by hyping this video so we can reach a wider audience in turn. Thanks. To save the Arsenal from firing out completely, it was hard. Arteta rebuilt the team he wanted, brick by brick, got rid of the big names. Captain Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Mesut Ozil, the ones he didn't see fitting into his system, David Luiz, Socrates, Lucas Torreira, Willian, Sead Kolasinac, Matteo Guendouzi. All these names left, and slowly but steadily, Mikel Arteta was building. He almost lost his job.
We know Arteta out now. Gone. Needs to go.
2 games, 0 points. 2 games, 0 points.
No, what time do you want? Give me 4 games.
I think we should give him some time.
No, what time?
I think the squad hasn't come together yet. I think we should give him some time. He's a young manager. He deserves our support. Don't be on him.
But he stayed. The board trusted him. Arteta continued to build. By the 2021-22 campaign, he had a new core under players like Martin Ødegaard and Bukayo Saka. Arsenal went from the horror show of the previous campaign to narrowly just missing out on Champions League football after finishing 5th. Then they hit another level. By the 2022/23 campaign, Arteta finally had the building blocks in place. The core was almost complete, with new additions like Gabriel Jesus and Alexander Zinchenko, including recalling William Saliba from his loan spell. The Gunners took the Premier League by storm. With a handful of games to play, Arsenal were in pole position to end the long wait for the Premier League, but in the end, they couldn't sustain it. After damaging results like the defeat to Manchester City and the draw against Southampton, they lost out on the league to treble winners Manchester City. Arteta's team went again. By 2023/24, the core was finally complete. He added the missing pieces: a ball-playing goalkeeper in David Raya, the legs in midfield with Declan Rice, a steady centre-back turned right-back in Jurrien Timber, and depth in the centre-forward position with Kai Havertz. They were solid title contenders now. This time, Arsenal took the fight for the title to the final day. It felt for large parts like it was going to be their year, even after beating Everton at the Emirates on the final day, but once again, they lost out on the fine margins. This time by just 2 points to Manchester City. Then the previous campaign, 2024/25, Arsenal finally got the better of Manchester City after finishing above them for the first time. Injuries played a part this season, but they still finished second. This time, runners-up to eventual winners Liverpool, and it leaves us with the situation they're in now. There was a growing impatience at the club.
Some people are saying they're running out of confidence in him. The manager, do you think he has what it takes to win us the major honours, titles, Champions League, things like that?
We still have to wait and see. I can't tell you that. I can't answer that in December.
No, but is he looking like the kind of guy that...
A negative that was actually a positive. You see, Mikel Arteta had done so well at Arsenal that he'd taken the club from that dark place to 3 consecutive second-place finishes in the league. And now the narrative had changed. He needed to get Arsenal over the line now. It's easy to see why. The evolution at Arsenal was impressive. They've built the team, they have the players, they have resources, they have the fan base, they've dropped the performances. The only thing left is the trophy to crown it all off. And that's why Arteta has to win it now. The wait has been excruciating. 2026 will make it 22 years since Arsenal last became Premier League champions. It means players like Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ethan Nwaneri have never seen Arsenal win the league. It means there's an entire generation of players and fans that don't know what it's like to celebrate a league title. But all of that has to change this year. They've taken the steps to ensure this happens too, and so far the biggest one has to be what Arteta has built. The most complete team in Europe.
Do you? Because he sometimes springs a surprise, Malagusto in midfield like he did against Liverpool, and it worked. So we'll see on Sunday. But for Arsenal, is this the first time since the Invincible era that there's a proper fear factor about them? People were a little bit concerned every time they come up against them now. They've got a bit of something about them.
I would say so, and actually 2 big results in Europe this season have really sent out a statement. I was there when they beat Atletico at home.
This is a huge statement, and that's because of how true it is. Think of the best teams in the world now. The likes of Champions League winners PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Liverpool, Bayern Munich. Throw all these teams into the conversation, and none of them have a squad that's as complete as Arsenal. The Gunners have depth in every position. In David Raya, they have one of the best goalkeepers in the world from playing out the back, a more than average shot stopper too. His backup, the now experienced Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal, a 2-time Champions League winner, Europa League winner, La Liga winner. Right back, Jurrien Timber is one of the best in the world, which is even more impressive considering that before his emergence, Ben White used to be one of the best in the world. That's the man Timber is keeping out. Left back, Riccardo Calafiori is showing how solid he is both defensively and offensively. Arteta can also use Miles Lewis-Skelly's industry in that position. He's got proper beasts at centre-back.
Your pillar of strength is your two centre-backs, trust me. Saliba and Gabriel are the best partnership in the league. I've been saying it for the last 2 and a bit years. They are the best partnership in the Premier League.
William Saliba and Gabriel. Up to this point, they're the 2 best centre-backs in the league, and it's not even up for debate. But it's what Arteta has if these 2 can't play. Piero Hincapié, an already experienced player with over 200 appearances at the pro level and a Bundesliga champion with Bayer Leverkusen. Christian Mosquera, one of the best young centre-backs in La Liga the previous season, ranked first amongst centre-backs in the league in one-on-one defending. Then you move to midfield. Arteta's got all sorts of profiles. Martin Ødegaard isn't just a captain, he's a talent, world class. Declan Rice is becoming even more solid as a box-to-box option. He's now in the conversation for being one of the best midfielders in the league. With Mikel Merino, Arteta has a midfielder who also doubles as a serious goal threat, already into double figures for goals this season. Martin Zubimendi has come and now turned into the tempo-controlling midfielder at the club. There's also Christian Norgard, a traditional defensive midfielder, and like that, it's a beautiful mix of what he can use against different teams in different competitions. It's the same in attack. There's even more quality now. This summer, Arteta signed the player who could make everything work out. With Eberechi Eze, Arsenal have another layer in attack, a chance creator, a dribbler. This season, Arteta also added a finisher. Once he gets up to speed, Viktor Gyökeres has already shown signs of becoming a beast. Add this to the profiles of starboy Bukayo Saka down the right, the addition of Noni Madueke as depth for possibly both flanks. Kai Havertz, Leandro Trossard, Gabriel Jesus, Ethan Nwaneri, Gabriel Martinelli. It's each position across the front 3. Arsenal isn't just stacked, the depth is massive. With the way they've started the season, it's been a statement of intent. Top of the Premier League as of recording this, 5 clear of second-placed Manchester City. It's not just that they're top, it's how they've gotten to pole position too. The defence might not have been as rigid in the last couple of weeks, but it's still just the 7 goals conceded after 13 games, the best in the league. The second most goals in the league as well. In that same run, they've trashed Spurs 4-1 in the North London derby. Big wins away to Newcastle United and Manchester United. Draws against Chelsea and Manchester City. Arsenal have a game plan now. They always want to win, and when they can't, don't lose. It's clear now that this is a different Arsenal. They've been proving the critics wrong since the start of the season, both in the Premier League and in Europe too. Trashed a very defensive Atletico Madrid team 4-0 at the Emirates. The game against Bayern? Arsenal was up against a team that had been unbeaten in all competitions heading into that game. They ended Bayern's streak. This has to be the year now. It's almost as if the stars have aligned. The teams around them? The other title contenders? Manchester City have been inconsistent, grinding out wins and the occasional defeats. Chelsea might have drawn against Arsenal, but it's clear that Enzo Maresca's team is still a couple more gears to being solid in the conversation of winning the Premier League. As of recording this, the defending champions Liverpool have just 4 wins in their last 12, 9 points off Arsenal. The competition around them has faltered. Arsenal have been the only team to manage an early consistent run this season. Mikel Arteta has been in this position before, and that's the best part. He's choked on it previously. He's let a lead slip. He knows what it means to lose, and that's why Arsenal have to win the league come 2026. Because it's a squad that's lost enough to know now that this time, the only option is to win. What do you guys think? Can Arsenal sustain their lead at the top of the standings until the end of the season? Or will Mikel Arteta ultimately watch it fall apart, as it has done for the last 3 seasons? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to hype this video and hit that subscribe button to Matchday Moments as well.